Well, we're only 2 weeks into the new year and it looks like the world is coming to an end. It looks like on January 19th, TikTok might actually get banned. But enough about that, and I actually wanted to talk about the wildfires that have been happening in California. So now I live about 30 minutes from downtown LA, and yeah, the weather has been crazy around here. The other day, it was super windy. I think on Monday or Tuesday night, it was super windy, and I lost power for about a good 18 hours, and there was a lot of other people who were left without power for a few hours. So when you get these high winds and this dry vegetation, that's a recipe for disaster. Now, if you aren't aware of all the fires that are currently going on in Southern California right now, let me actually show you. So these are just different pictures of wildfires in Southern California covered by the different news outlets. And yeah, it's not really too good because there is no water, supposedly, to put out these fires. And I'm not one to really focus on politics or really deep dive into politics like that, but the reason why there's a shortage of water is because there's been laws passed over the years to get rid of California's reservoir, and from what I'm hearing is to save a certain species of fish. Now, I actually wanted to play this clip. This is an interview with Mel Gibson with a Fox News host, and apparently his house was also burned down, and he was pretty much hinting at that all of this has been planned out ahead of time because this was just waiting to happen. So let me go ahead and play this clip right here.
Well, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, oh, is it on purpose? Which, it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Damn, so he was kind of hinting at this was all a pre-planned, I guess, emergency as an excuse to burn down a lot of houses so potentially they can rebuy that land back, which is something to think about. And I also did want to mention this because I have been seeing conspiracies that people were saying Diddy's house or mansion was burned down. I don't know if that's true or not, but who really knows? It shows that, okay, so this is a map right here. And these are just pictures taken by, I guess, different news outlets. And this is how bad it is. It's up in the Hollywood Hills. The Palisades fire is actually right here. The Kenneth fire is over here. So there's a few different fires going on. This one right here, that's the Eaton fire. That one has burned up a lot of houses. I think that was just rumors of Diddy's house being burned to the ground. But, I mean, because according to this map, the fires are nowhere near his house. So hopefully it doesn't spread over there. And hopefully, I mean, none of these fires continue to spread, even though we have no water to put it out. Okay, so I went on the fire.ca.gov to actually get a better or official map of these fires. So let me actually zoom in right here. This is where the Palisades fire is happening right here. And I do not know how much it's contained, but according to this, it has burned up 23,654 acres. That is a lot of land. There's a lot of people who live in these areas. And then this Kenneth fire just started a couple of days ago. I'd say about a day ago. I actually got a emergency alert about this fire. They sent it to me and I'm not even in that area. It was a message telling me to evacuate the area. And then 5 minutes later, they sent another one telling me to disregard that message. It was for people who live in this location, which is crazy. I mean, that I'm pretty sure that caused a lot of panic. Here is the Hearst fire, and this one is by the 5 freeway. So this, yeah, there's a few fires, and there's a lot of people reporting that other people are starting fires too, for whatever reason. I don't know. I have an assumption, but it's getting pretty crazy. And this, look how big this one is. 14,117 acres burned. So that actually reminds me, there's a YouTuber, Bitwit Kyle. He just recently posted a video. He drove to Las Vegas for CES. He came back and his whole house was burned down. Everything was gone.
Of course, we are covering breaking news right now of the Palisades fire. Another fire breaking out right now. This one is being called the Eaton fire.
The Eaton fire, turning our attention to the Altadena area, as we've been reporting, has continued to grow in size.
So this is actually him showing his arrival back to his house. All the chaos and all the destruction and all the fire. Everything that it destroyed, which is pretty crazy. This is his neighborhood right here, which is, yeah. It's real serious out here. This is, yeah, his neighbors' houses are completely burned down. This is his home. Everything's gone, which is pretty sad. You know, my heart goes out to him. Hopefully he recovers, gets back on his feet. But yeah, this is crazy, and this is basically him showing what it looked like before compared to what it looks like now. Complete rubble. I also wanted to share this clip because this is how badly these cars are getting burned. So check this out.
Check this out. This was part of the car. Turned into liquid. Then it just hardened once it cooled.
Damn, so there's a lot of crazy things going on right now. I mean, all these fires are burning out of control. Who knows when they're actually going to have the resources to put out the fire. And then we got a bunch of crazy events happening, and it's just the beginning of the year. That's the crazy part. And TikTok is on the verge of getting banned, but there's a couple of reasons why this situation is so bad with these fires is because there is no water. And I actually wanted to share a couple of clips of the reason why there's no water. But before I do that, let me play this clip of Gavin Newsom actually being asked why there's no water in the fire hydrants.
They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out. I mean, just when you have a system that's not dissimilar to what we've seen in other extraordinarily large-scale fires, whether it be pipe, electricity, or whether it just be the complete overwhelm of the system. I mean, those hydrants are typical for 2 or 3 fires, maybe 1 fire. You have something at this scale, but again, that's fire.
So basically, Gavin Newsom had no answer. He just kind of does what he always does and pretty much avoiding questions. He's a good talker, but really nothing to show for it. But what's really interesting is the comment section on all these type of videos. Someone he put all the water in the ocean, which is true. And this guy wants to run for president. I mean, he is not a good governor, and there is no way he would be a good president. Why do people ask him questions? So much that comes out of his mouth is a bunch of BS. Not his department. Yeah, crazy. Crazy times.
Hydrants, water not coming out, the pressure so low, the number one tool that they use to fight these fires, not there. How frustrated are you about that? And also, I'm getting texts right now from the Palisades Highlands community. We're almost 48 hours after this fire started. There's not resources up there. The hydrants aren't working. Where's the National Guard?
Just as a side note, does anybody else find it funny when they see someone who's doing sign language sometimes feel like they're just doing too much? Anyways.
Miles and miles of water tenders. How are we addressing this?
Well,
Your reaction?
First of all, you asked me, was I frustrated by this? Of course, because we all know that this has been an unprecedented event. We also know that fire hydrants are not constructed to deal with this type of massive devastation, and that the number one problem, especially on Wednesday, was the fact that we weren't able to do the air support because of the winds. And so, of course, I am absolutely frustrated by that. I am not sure that is correct, that there are no resources up there, but rest assured, as soon as we are done here, I will follow up on that.
But those homes, the first day and a half, there were homes up there that had been protected by the fire. And then I went up there yesterday and there were
that had been protected?
That it basically had been saved. Obviously, the fire's moving different directions, but when I went up there yesterday, there were not a lot of resources. We drove around, and then I know that things got worse up there. I'm just wondering, now that we move 48 hours past, how are we addressing these water problems that are continuing, and is it acceptable that they continue?
Well, let me just say that the water problems are a little better now because the winds are such that we can go up and have the air support. And you know that.
So let's take a look at the comment section right here. The real problem is California's unprecedented leadership incompetence. Yep, that pretty much sums it up. Trump is racist and a threat to our democracy. California politician answer. She deserves to lose her job immediately. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. She was actually in Ghana when these fires were going off. She returned like 2 days ago. The question was, why is there no water in the hydrants? California fire hydrants don't identify as water providing pipes. Classic California logic right there. So yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on, and it's getting pretty crazy. So essentially, the reason why California doesn't have enough water to put out these wildfires is pretty much what Mel Gibson was getting at. Over these years, there has been bills passed to get rid of California's water reserve little by little in order to save some type of fish, and that water was being dumped into the ocean instead of California's water reserve. And because of laws like that, which is why there is no water to put out these fires, which is kind of crazy. Now, just for shock value, this is a video I saw last night. Fire tornado forming in the Palisades fire.
This fire tornado spotted above the Palisades fire this morning. This was captured by Air 7. Just a wild view there.
So as you can see, it's getting pretty chaotic, pretty apocalyptic looking. Because during the day, it doesn't seem like a big deal. It just looks like the sky has more fog than usual. But at night, it looks like hell on earth over here, which is pretty crazy. It looks like something out of the apocalypse. Now, if you haven't seen this video yet, this is actually a woman going up to Gavin Newsom, confronting him, asking him what he's going to do about the fires because her daughter's school burned down. And Gavin Newsom kind of like tries to brush her off, telling her she's on the phone with the president. And she asked to hear, well, I'll let you guys watch it for yourselves.
Really talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
Losing
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To fill
everything
the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
It's very sad because I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish.
Well, there you have it. I don't know what to tell you. As someone who lived in California my whole life, I mean, this is what we're used to, you know. And if you haven't been to California, or if you don't know what it's like, yeah, sometimes it can be really messed up. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not even 2 weeks into the new year, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got TikTok potentially being banned, and that's a whole nother topic right there. But I mean, yeah, if you but yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this going on so far in the beginning of the year. Do you live in California, Southern California? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.